I just saw the 6th season of Black Mirror, and this may be the best season simply because all the episodes are at least decent. Whereas in previous seasons, for me personally, I was only able to rewatch 1 or 2 episodes. Season 6 ended up being more based in horror than sci-fi. Most of the stories take place in the past. Episode 1, Joan is Awful, was pretty standard Black Mirror episode, which showcases AI. It also implements a similar storyline to earlier episodes where someone ends up finding out that they're not the real version of themselves and they're just a copy. It was kind of been there, done that, but it was still a good twist, and it was enjoyable enough. It started off interesting, and then towards the middle, it got very silly when the real Selma Hayek comes into play, almost like a bad comedy. It also had crude potty humor, and it took the seriousness out of what could have been a good topic to discuss when addressing AI and the future potential harm that AI can cause when taking people's jobs, specifically people who work in the industry. I'm not saying you can't have a balance between drama and being funny, but it was jarring when they kept showing 3 different women pooping themselves. Episode 2, Lock Henry, did not feel like a Black Mirror episode. I wasn't drawn to any of the characters or even the story. It could have easily passed as its own movie about a film crew documenting a murder mystery. It was a very generic setup. I didn't like the majority of this for this very reason. However, the last 20 minutes spooked me out. Great suspense. It was so tense and the performances improved. I felt so bad for the guy at the end. It was very heartbreaking that he was never going to get closure or any answers, and you can see he was still mourning this person despite the things that they did. It was understandable, and it was just so sad. Episode 3 stars Aaron Paul. This is one of those storylines where you can tell after the first 15 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes, where this story is going to go. I thought of several scenarios as to what was going to happen by the end, and one of them actually came true. The only way the story could have had any unpredictable ending was if the guy didn't do anything at all, and it just ended normally. Aaron Paul was a bit infuriating because why in God's name would you talk to someone like that who can easily ruin your life? Wait out the next 4 years and then poke the bear. Seriously. Episode 4 ended up being my favorite, even though it's another segment that didn't feel like it would be a part of the Black Mirror universe. A woman who's a paparazzi tries to find a celebrity after hearing the price tag on getting exclusive photos. It was very entertaining from beginning, middle, and end, and I wanted to stay in this world and find out more, and I was so mad when it ended. It showcases the true scummy behavior of paparazzi. I've been around paparazzi, and this wasn't far from accurate. Episode 5 was my least favorite, with a woman working in a shoe store and she finds out she has to kill 3 people or the world will end. I think instead of being over an hour, it could have been 45 minutes. I wasn't able to watch this in one sitting. I didn't think the lead character was interesting enough to carry a whole episode. It did have a good ending, but it took too long to get there. It was exactly like episode 2 and 4 where there isn't any futuristic technology. And I give this season a 7 out of 10.